Hello everyone. If you haven't known yet, this is my alternate channel to Abnormal Investigations. It's going to be more of the paranormal side, but also a backup channel to my original channel if something were to happen. So if you don't mind, reach down and subscribe to this channel. That way you will be with us to be able to keep up on things, and if our other channel shuts down, you'll know what's going on, and we will have different kind of information over here along with these kind of videos. So reach down, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, select all, and join us on this channel. Let's get into this one, guys. Me, my mom, half-sister, and stepdad. We lived on an old farm in Sweden when this happened. In Sweden, it's not really normal for weird stuff to happen, like ghosts, skinwalkers, and stuff like that, as in other countries, which hasn't been used as a farm for a while, and it's a long way to walk to our close neighbor that we had. I'm 16. This, and I don't really believe in ghosts, but skinwalkers and all this scary stuff, but I was like watching scary movies and listening to a podcast. And then, well, let's just say these creatures can be anywhere. I just got home from school, and as we lived quite far from the city, where both my mom and stepdad worked and my sister was too young to be at home alone, I was always home alone for quite some time, and I liked my time at home. As I picked my snack to eat in my room, which was on the second floor, I heard something in the walls as I was walking up the stairs. Here's the thing. We had 2 cats for like 2 years in that house, so I hardly believed it was a rat or a mouse. And we'd never seen any. I just thought it was in my head because I was, quite tired after school, so I kept walking up the stairs. Then, the same day, late at night, something woke me up at the middle of the night. And I don't know what woke me up, but I heard something. Then, out of nowhere, I heard a weak, faded voice from my door frame, and I couldn't understand what it said. I turned my head, and nothing was there. So I just turned my head away from the door and tried to fall back asleep. Then I heard another voice, weak and faded, also from my door frame, but a bit louder, but still couldn't understand it. I couldn't tell what it said, but it was a different voice. The first voice sounded like a female, but the second one sounded like a male. Both were voices I had never heard before. I turned my head, and again nothing was there. I was so confused now. So I chose not to turn my head away from the door, and I tried to sleep. After a bit, I heard another weak and faded voice. It was a female, but a different voice. And then I listened closer, and I heard more than one voice, but more quiet. Now I got scared, and I opened my eyes to see who or what was at my door, and guess what? Nothing. I just tried to ignore it now, and I just kept hearing voices from my door, each one weak and faded, but they became more and more louder, until I couldn't understand what they were saying. But then it happened. I was able to understand them. They said, "Jonathan," over and over again, and nothing else. I got so scared after hearing that, because if you didn't know, that is my name. I wanted to get up and run out of the room, but I couldn't. I was like, so scared. But that's not the reason I couldn't run from my room. The reason I couldn't run from my room is because it felt like a hand was holding me down, making sure I did not move. I heard more and more different voices saying my name louder and louder. Jonathan, 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 Jonathan. Not only were they louder, but also closer, closer, and so close it sounded like they were right on the side of my bed. It kept going until it sounded like they were screaming, "Jonathan." I was so scared. Not like someone screaming on the outside of your ear. No. It's like they were screaming so loud it was like it was echoing inside of my head. It was hurting my ears. I just laid there. I was so afraid. As I moved my legs to drop them off of the bed to run for the room, because I was so scared I had to run from this room, 2 more hands reached up and grabbed my ankles and my legs. I couldn't see them, but I could feel them, and they were cold, skinny fingers. They held me down. I could not move. They were pushing on my chest, my stomach, my upper legs, my lower legs, holding my ankles, my arms, my wrists, even my forehead. And then I started to yell for help. And when I started to yell, I felt the cold fingers slide over my mouth. Oh my God, I could not scream. I couldn't yell for anyone. And then the most scariest thing started to happen. One started coming around my neck. And it started to apply pressure and to choke me. And I thought, oh my God, this is where I'm going to die. It's going to choke me to death. They're all around me, and I could hear them yelling my name over and over. Jonathan, Jonathan, Jonathan. They're holding me down, and one is choking me now around my neck. I can't scream for help because the hand is over my mouth. And then one goes over my eyes, and I can see nothing but darkness. I can't open my eyes. I can't move. I can't breathe. Something's choking me. And I can't even call for help. I started to pray. And as I started to pray, they all released. I jumped and I ran to my mom screaming, telling her what had happened, and she said, "You must have had a bad dream." And I told her I wasn't asleep, and whenever my mom looked at my body, there was handprints all over me. Around my ankles, around my wrists, all over my body where they had held me down, and even scratches around my neck. My mom gathered me up and took me to my grandma's house that night. We never returned to that house as my uncles went and moved everything out of it so that we could move in with my grandma. The house is still vacant to this day, with the yard grown up and the windows are now broken out of it. I will never go back to that house. That is the most evil place I had ever seen. Has this ever happened to anybody else? Guys, I wanted to share that video with you. I hope you all enjoyed it. There's going to be more videos like that on this page. If you really like this kind of stuff, subscribe, give us a like, show us you want this page to keep growing and to succeed. So give us a like and subscribe to let me know that to keep pushing this page. And Logan would like to say something to Hunter.
Well, Hunter, we love you.
Yep, we love you, Hunter, and we miss you. And we're ready for you to be home.
Yes.
Alright, guys, thank you for your donations to bring Hunter home. And be careful if you hear something in your room. It might just try to hold you down.